For the past decade, no country has produced more movies each year than India. The diverse population of filmmakers and film lovers has so much to offer the world. Too much to fit in a single episode. So on this IMD Brief, we present a streaming passport to just a sampling of a sensory overload of favorites from India. First, let's dispel a common myth. Indian cinema is not just Bollywood, aka the Hindi film industry. In fact, these industries are segmented by distinct languages and locations. And there are 10 other woods in India, including 2 Tollywoods, Jollywood, Mollywood, Collywood, Sandalwood, and Coastal Wood. Plus, other language-based film markets in almost every Indian state. Altogether, those markets create over 1,800 films annually. That's from 2009's Three Idiots, a quintessential Bollywood dramedy that details the Indian college experience and includes a handful of amazing songs on the soundtrack. Indian cinema has a long tradition of song and dance, and their soundtracks routinely sell millions around the country and the world. Producers, lyricists, and choreographers are often known by name and listed in a film's opening credits. And its vibrant music videos have cemented music and film production company T-Series as the channel with the most subscribers on YouTube, over 142 million. The often very musical Hindi language productions of Mumbai, formerly Bombay, hence Bollywood, account for the most of any language, about 20% of the over 1,800 Indian films. We suggest you add Three Idiots and 2016's Dangal to your watch list, as both feature superstar Aamir Khan. He'll pop up a few times in this passport. And the latter is an inspiring biopic about a father who reluctantly trains his daughters to become world-class wrestlers. And it's currently in the top 100 films on IMDb. Not to mention it has an awesome title song. At about 14%, the second most produced language is Kannada, from the Sandalwood Production Center in the southwestern Indian state of Karnataka. Check out the Kannada box office record-breaking, visually stunning action epic, KGF Chapter 1, about the battle for the Kolar goldfields, hence KGF, and a young hero named Rocky. At 12% of the Indian industry, Telugu language Tollywood in Hyderabad is third. Mahanati, or The Great Actress, is an interesting watch as it details the story of Savitri, a real-life trailblazing thespian who was one of the most celebrated in her craft, and she acted in 5 different languages. Similarly, Mahanati was filmed simultaneously in both Telugu and Tamil. The Tamil film industry ranks 4th in terms of production, and the combined efforts of Telugu and Tamil account for more productions than Bollywood, with 22%. While Indian cinema is a feast for the eyes, it's the gastronomy that feeds the soul. A country of self-proclaimed foodies, it's the cuisine that opens a path to understanding its culture and people. We give you episode 3 of Netflix's series, Street Food.
If someone has to taste a real food, authentic food, it has to be street food.
Following a few different specialty vendors, we learn about the street food culture that saturates the city of Delhi and the historical importance of these sidewalk delicacies.
Not just the food, it's also the history connected to it, and that makes it very special.
In season 1 of Gordon's Great Escape, famed British chef Gordon Ramsay returns to India to learn more about the spices that make one of his favorite cuisines come alive. Traveling from the north to the south, Ramsay learns about traditional flavors and cooking techniques, eventually putting his learnings to the test on the streets of Kolkata. These appetizing adventures inspire creativity and reinvigorate his passion for cooking.
Imtiaz makes it clear that great Indian cookery is instinctive. There's no recipe as such. In terms of technique, this dish is as complex as anything in Michelin-star cookery.
Speaking of cuisine, let's talk about masala films, beautifully blended genre films, named after their quintessential mixture of spices used in Indian cuisine. Our favorite, and a classic of Indian cinema, is Sholay from 1975. Dubbed a curry western, as it's a Bollywood take on the spaghetti western of the 1960s and 70s, which was Italy's take on the American westerns of the 40s and 50s. Sholay opens with an incredible locomotive shootout, then seamlessly transitions to a motorcycle stunt show sing-along about friendship. India has made numerous contributions to art house cinema, and Satyajit Ray of West Bengal, a region we haven't even touched on yet, has been one of the most decorated filmmakers of the parallel cinema movement that broke away from mainstream conventions. That's from his 1955 film Pather Panchali, a true labor of love and dedication, one that took Rai 3 years to finish. And despite his never having directed anything before, with a cast that had never acted before, they created a pastoral masterpiece that spawned two essential sequels, 1956's Aparajito and 1959's The World of Apu. Indian cinema has barely been recognized by the Academy Awards, but 4 films have been nominated for the Best Foreign Language Oscar, all of which belong on your watch list. Mother India, Salam Bombay, Lagan, another with Amir Khan, and Water, the third and final chapter in Deepa Mehta's Elements trilogy, about the long, difficult history of social reforms in India.
अब क्या करना चाहते हो? गाड़ी पकड़कर यहाँ से जितनी दूर हो सके जाना चाहता हूँ.
Social message films have become more popular over the years, employing captivating drama or even dark comedy to expose societal woes. 2019 thriller Article 15 explores how India's caste system, which has been the target of reform since the 1950s, still prevails. While 2017 comedy Toilet, a Love Story, takes a more light-hearted approach to detail how rural India lacks much-needed sanitation improvements.
बीवी पास चाहिए तो घर में संडास चाहिए.
Lastly, India's industry is still growing, with more outside investors and influence, and Indian co-productions have recently been released on Netflix and Prime Video. Check out crime thrillers Sacred Games and Patal Lok, and the low-key dramedy Gulabo Sitabo.
अब मजा है.
You can learn more about Indian cinema and content on imdb.com/India. And for more streaming passports and trending tales, stay glued to imdb.com/IMDbrief.